everybody, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to Limbus Company. Hi Kikyo, hi Parda, hi Nikki, hi Heavens. Welcome. I hope you all enjoyed the rest of the event. And now it's my turn to finish. Hi Harukito, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi Coolside, hi Come Stranger, we're spoiled. Can't even watch the first day. I know, that's the problem. I normally... The last few events, I know it's trying to balance me wanting to do it first, and I know people can't always watch it live that way. I just found the last few events, when I have to read them all, I really need to split it up. I really need to split it up. I choose... I don't think for like any of the full stories I'll be able to do the whole thing in one go, even in all the story chapters. So just trying to have a balance. But first, what is... Oh, error compensation. What was wrong? Coin power did not match the written text descriptions. So this didn't... Okie dokie. Sure. Go away though. Ah. Indeed. Infinite compensation. Thank you. Thank you. But maybe some people have Ryoshu now that I can borrow, so I can try out. Let's continue. This one isn't super long. It feels longer when you have to read everything yourself. So we're at 6.5-9, The Dying Detective. Hi Simon, welcome. Are these still look like the Y-divian. Member, okay. Ah, perfect. There we go. And I haven't checked out. It doesn't look particularly close. When an ally oh, this is resonance. That makes it a little harder. When an ally staggers an enemy with an attack, follow up with a skill 1 against the staggered enemy once per turn. I'm not surprised it's once per turn, but sure. Multiple enemies, target enemy with the least HP. When using skill 1 this effect, this unit gains 1+ more tremor count from its coin effects and triggers a tremor burst with the last coin on hit. And then it's 4 owned. Number 1 deployed ally, okay. Taking a quick review. Clash power +2 is pretty good. Clash power and coin power. Consume tremor to inflict tremor. And then this one, tremors bursts. 8 tremor to gain coin power +1. So that's the point we want to be. And then gain 2 times tremor count on self as shield. And then this person has both red eyes equipped. That's fine. Okay. Now we can get the full currency. After matching various pieces of information we found from the defeated Y-divian members together, we managed to track them down to a rundown building that appeared to be their hideout. Y-divian captain. This design is so cool. Like the detective cowl, the question mark monocle thing, Y-divian neck scarf bandana. Gears on the gloves. And a Rob Liefeld pouch, just to top it all off. You finally managed to track us down, haven't you? filthy watch chains of T-Corp. And you clock. You clock, he says. It's only elementary, because I am an ace detective. Rhodey exclaimed triumphantly as she flicked her hair back, but I sensed the smallest hint of uncertainty in her voice. Yep, we're all ace detectives. I'll admit, we shouldn't have yet let you track us down. You don't look too strong. It is a foolish move to fight a lion in his den. I hope you prepared yourselves. Don't you worry about our butts. We've got a Class 5 staff with us, you know. I can deduce a few things about you. 1. That man's outfit. The aloof look on his face. I see. It's likely that you're not lying that he really is a Class 5 staff. 2. You're absolutely shameless for bringing a Class 5 watch chain to a rundown hideout like this. Why does this have anything to do with shame? I don't know about shame, but this place sure is run down. Right, how about this? I'll just sit this one out for the sake of fairness. It'll be like cheating if I were to take part in this fight, yeah? That is a fair proposal. Fine, accept your offer. Are you not gonna say in any of this? Okay, boss time. Well, not in the first wave. Okay, just double checking. So again, gluttony is your skill 3. Let's get your skill 1 out. Neutral. What game is this? It's called Limbus Company. I was thinking last night that it's kind of a shame that sometimes that these non-focused encounters can have some really interesting abilities, but you never really get the opportunity to interact with them properly. Sure, let's get some resonance. Just coming through, not quite. There we go. Just finished the event and the awards? You mean you got all the rewards already? Wow. Amazing interval. I'm looking forward to it. I want to save the skill 3s till... Plus we don't have that much tremor in ourselves anyway. Get rid of the skill 1s. It hurts me that we only get gold XP tickets. I know, tickets are... I felt like a lot of people were complaining about the ticket income now. So I'm a little disappointed they haven't been. Especially for early game as well, that definitely seems to be difficult when you need to actually level people up. Oh, still no bosses? Maybe next time. Even the blue tickets don't really feel like that much. Since there were blue Fishmail's Kanto, I thought we might get purple tickets, but... we could... oh, we have 44 Tremor. We do not want to get burst ourselves, so... get some of this going. Maybe, actually, maybe let's... in plus 2... yeah, we'll get it then. And we will get... follow up there. Okay, let's see if we can see it. I really like her look with the scarf and the hat. They spin. It's not as bad as Ishmael's. Ishmael's makes me really dizzy. We just run right. Have you gone Cavernous Wailing? No, I haven't, but just because I spent the... already spent... I sharded... Honglu's ID, but I definitely will. Maybe I'll grab it before the dungeon.
대의에 맞서는 자들을 확실하게 굴복시켰죠. 그럼 다음 타겟을 설정해 볼까요?
Oh, here we go. How many boxes are you left with? Let's see, actually.
잠시 머리를 식히기 위한 티타임.
That many. Yes, I can afford it. Daisy, let me back in. I'll probably be sharding whoever else comes out this season. I don't think I'll be pulling much. Definitely Heathcliff. And I'll probably have to... I guess we'll see when Refraction Railway comes out. Because I still have to get Heathcliff and Otis. Okay, but this definitely looks like... oh wait! Body parts. Here we go. Where are you? There's the 45 one.
돈 벌러 가자.
I remember Ishmael came out around Refraction Railway. Or a bit after, I think. Yep. And I never noticed this until recently. If you press this thing, it will change where you're focusing. Is there anything different about these ones besides body? Nope, okay. Struggling. Neutral. Favored. I want to start there, but might go for it just to get the sanity up at the beginning. Yeah, let's start with it. There we go.
가진 놈들을 털.
이런 것도 되죠.
I love the little ice sparkle. I hope when Honglu gets his Kanto ID, it has that.
걸려라.
I don't even have Rodia's Kurokumo. But yeah, Rodia with a good bleed ID. Please save bleed. Right. You're using that one. You, yeah, okay. Have you... Yeah, I'd rather get damage doing these ones. E6. Can you get... Okay.
가자.
I mean... I can't really think of what they'd do with bleed right now, just besides having more count and everything. Thank you for the heads. Yeah, Ryoshu's not great at building up this charge. Just more, it seems better at inflicting than actually using it herself. Can you... Get rid of these? Honglu's probably the safest clasher. 43, okay. Make sure that one goes down.
가자.
I feel like at this point with bleed, everyone's just gonna go, why isn't it gonna work like Bloody Mist?
편하게 가자고요.
There you go. Okay. Oh, almost. In case.
파도한다. 자, 한 건 했고. 자, 한 건 했고.
Okie dokie. What do we got? There we go. You're a Didier Captain, level 44. Have you no shame? Okay, gaining tremor, inflicting tremor. Skill 3, 2 eats 3 tremor. Okay, thank you. Gain 3 times. Okay, don't really see much there. Broken Unity Panic. If the target is staggered by this unit's attack or tremor burst, all allies heal 10 SP. Okay. Collective achievement, that's cute. Not gonna be able to tell much when all your skills are hidden. So let's get Honglu on the job. Favored. Okay. We could actually... Let's save that actually for a turn. could be potential for resonance at some point.
직접 타도하죠.
Yeah, 45 SP. Okay, you're just gonna get staggered.
이런 것도 되죠.
Yeah, maybe not. Hello, welcome. You take... I want to see more from your Y-divian captain. We're not gonna go all in.
직접 타도하죠.
걸려라. 걸려라.
And we didn't break that stagger threshold. Okay, now what's this? Oh, unclashable. For the greater good. Unclashable. Target start. Draw all other allies' tremor count to self. Tremor on all allies expire. Gain 1 offense level for every 3 tremor count on self. Inflict 9 tremor count. Wow. Inflict 10 tremor. Inflict 10. Whoa. This. Okay, this is the fun thing. This is the fun skill. Unclashable. Well, that's cool. We get to see it. Sorry, Yoshu. Or what's your speed? I mean, I guess we could. Just I want to see this go through. I don't want to accidentally go beforehand or anything. Let's just get rid of you two. Oh, that might just be a variation on Honglu's skill. Ooh. Didn't even... Okay, here's another one. Didn't do that much, though. Can you protect them? Inflict tremor count. Inflicts 5 tremor at 10 plus tremor. On self, trigger tremor burst. Blah, 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 more tremor. Weak to pierce, so we'll... Take you out. Okay. Bye-bye.
편하게 가자고요.
I mean, it's a good thing it's unclashable. Nobody would see that animation otherwise. We quickly moved our conversation into the hideout after defeating the Y-divian members. Surrender and confess. Starting to run low on patience. Might kill you soon. No? Looks Looks like Ryoshi's getting tired of playing detective. We've surrendered already. Not sure what you want us to confess either. What? Would you like for us to confess that we're the Y-divian or something? We hesitated. Unsure if he was really clueless or not. That's when Rhodia confidently strode forward and pointed an accusatory finger at the Y-divian captain. Right. Questioning time. You've always hated this nest state of affairs, am I right? Must you really ask? You like inventing stuff and not registering them to the tech agency, don't ya? Again. Must you really inquire about something you could simply discern by looking around? Oh, mind if I take a gander at these inventions? Wait, don't just go around touching... I see. This hedgehog toy is a time bomb disguised as a plushie. It scans the palm as soon as it enters within a certain proximity range, and if it doesn't recognize the palm as unauthorized individuals, it'll shoot out its spines to penetrate the intruder. Oh boy. Though you screwed the parts down too tightly down here, you'll remember well that the mechanical engineering isn't all about tightening screws as hard as you can. Sometimes you need a lightly loose screw or two to make things fit better. And another thing, if I were you, to make the spine shape hold hexagon shape, not circular. You could tell all that from a quick look. You are certainly no common employee. Either way, most of those are experiments, incomplete products. In truth, you like making the more dangerous inventions too, right? You really are a persistent one, aren't you? What are you getting at? And I'm sure these violent inventions eventually led to something that can completely rip someone's time away. Wait, what? The culprit behind the case of time-killing time. It's you guys, right? Oh, I was looking at the spanner. When you see it like that, it's almost kind of like Yuria's big spanner. That's what you do, isn't it? You see something that rubs you the wrong way, so you go ahead and smash it to bits. That's a bit of a logical leap, isn't it? Who do you think we Y-divian are? Sounds like this friend of yours in the Y-divian really messed up big time in the past, hmm? Did he do something drastically violent? No, Sonia, he always knew how to say the right things. Things to get people to agree with him. They convinced them to join his cause. His words filled me with this confidence that we could really change the world. It was really was as effortless as letting candy slowly melt away in my mouth. But what could he possibly do to change the world? He doesn't even do anything, not like these guys. I bet the T-Corp Y-divian are nothing more than knockoffs who just found themselves inspired by stories coming out of J-Corp. Or... It's absolutely baffling how you failed to correctly deduce a single thing. No, we're not knockoffs. Besides, the Saint has already brought many changes to this— Saint? Changes that you mere detectives can't even dream of. Saint. The Saint? Indeed. Saint Sonia was the one who really sparked the fire of the Y-divian in every nest. Well, that isn't the only reason they call him the Saint. That's beside the point. Y-divian in every nest? Sonia did that? Since you claim to be Saint Sonia's friend, allow me to say it in no uncertain terms. Y-divian has nothing to do with your case. Sonia... Are we supposed to take you at your word? First, we don't have this time-killing technology. We can steal time or timepieces, but it's practically impossible to kill time. Making something so absurd would surely catch the tech agency's attention. And that is trouble that I'm not willing to invite. Why, you've certainly been causing a ruckus here. Isn't that what the Y-divian wants? Chaos? Please don't compare us to the likes of Backstreet's gangs. Though there are those among us who want chaos, of course. One of our former members insisted that we must take the abundance of time in T-Corp for ourselves and have our comrades divided equally among us. But such drastic action would hurt the have-nots, those who do not deserve such pain. So we must adhere to the saints' teachings. To truly tear at the throats of the rich, we must wait for the right moment. The right moment. So it really was Sonia. So I've been wondering, are you really the saint's friend? Of course she is. You've invited her to join his journey. Why don't we leave for now? We can always come back here once we uncover more evidence. Dante says, let's leave for now. Are we not arresting them? Didn't one of you give me a whole lecture about how it's my job to arrest them? Brody ignored the assistant's question and turned round to leave the hideout, wearing a dark expression. Something I'd never seen from her before. The assistant shrugged, and we were about to leave the hideout as well. But the Y-divian captain stopped us. Wait. You really are a friend of the saint, and I can't let you leave without giving you some advice as the more experienced detective. I was able to establish a few things from this conversation, so allow me to share them with you. Alright! You dabble in detective work from time to time as well, yes? This is a common thing that your Y-divian get up to? No, only the Y-divian branch in District 20 do. Anyway, if I were you, I would start looking for a common thread that ties all victims together. Find out what they have in common. Why? The T-Corp Collections Agency knows everything about time. Where it comes from, where it goes, but not this case. But they know everything about comings and goings of time. How are you avoiding their eyes? Not all of us do. Can't tell you more, however. Just know that we have an ace up our sleeve that lets us continue our guerrilla activities in this nest. Anyways, does it not strike you as odd for someone with such impressive technology that can quite literally rip away time without a trace? The killer seems unusually passive. This tells me that there is a condition they must first meet to use their powers. Another possibility is that they have a certain creed or belief system that they follow. But ideologically motivated culprits usually leave behind more obvious evidence that points to their beliefs. Oh, I think that adds up nicely. Want to join our squad of ace detectives? Who the hell hired this bumbling team of amateur detective wannabes? Never mind. Now would you kindly leave this place? Well, we now know where the Y-divian are. We can always come back here if we need anything else. Oh boy. We're gonna manage in the end, but...
야, 이 정도면 너무 성공적인데? 추가 보스 나오는 거 아니야?
I guess it's kneeling because of the magnifying glass, but it's still... Oh, thank you. Still a mystifying image. But we're hot on the heels. An odd impression. Well then, the Y-divian is swearing up and down they've got nothing to do with the case, and the Time Ripper is still at large. What now, ace detectives? But we don't have any other leads. The one we talked to just left the hideout, so why don't we follow him? You want to tail that Y-divian? Well, looks like not arresting them may pay off after all. I think it's a fair suggestion. Waste of time. We should torture them one by one until someone breaks. According to page 155 of Lady Agatha's book, an ace detective must always remain vigilant and not shy away from stakeouts. Doing a stakeout. You're already on page 155? Don Quixote gave us this book so that we can all become ace detectives. I've been reading it whenever I can. The Y-divian's petty time theory won't change the world. Is that why you're letting them go? Because it doesn't matter? No, not at all. It's the opposite, in fact. I want to see things change. Change? It's said that the Y-divian started from a small group of nobodies. But they kept at it, slowly but surely, spreading through the city. I hear that they've been causing some real trouble in some nests, but they find it difficult to get rid of them. You know what people have been saying here at T-Corp? Running low on time, but burning full of frustration. And come join the Y-divian. Unlike most people who accept injustices and move on, they don't. They refuse to turn a blind eye, confident and determined that they will one day bring real changes to the city. It's only natural that I find them extremely fascinating to witness. To what end do their desperate desires and aspirations lead? Nothing but impotent squirmings. I'm sorry. Do any of you even give a damn about solving the case? This case has a certain destructive aesthetic to it. I like it. I'm following my family elder's words. To see and experience as much of the world as I can before I return, because their words better be followed. Sounds excruciatingly bothersome. So many things in this world, presuming that they deserve to call themselves family. I never heard you talk like that, Ryoshu. What will you ever accomplish? With such half-heartedness. Don't worry about it. Most people live on with that very half-heartedness. It's been eons since I really desired something with all my heart, you know. No, I'm not most people. From the distance, the loud, rapid footsteps broke through Rhodia's quiet whisperings. Oh, I'm so glad we're getting some more Rhodia. I knew it. The culprit was a Y-divian. Gah! They're here. Won't give them the slip this time. Okay, let's go. Maybe you'll catch them this Maybe you'll catch them this time if you learn to breathe like Merso, Ryoshu. Rhodia came to a sudden stop and looked at me. Staring at me from underneath the shadows cast over her eyes. I want a CG for this. Dante, do you think it would have been any different if I followed Sonia back at the casino? Why do you ask? I mean, it's just watching Sonia's goals actually start to take shape while I stagnated, unchanging. It's making me feel... Rhodia hesitated. Odd. An odd impression. Finally! Oh, the Time Ripper. Bless the story, she really got shafted over on her Kanto. I mean, I like what they were going for. And I do like Kanto too. I actually really like... I think the casino segment is a lot of fun. Maybe it was separated. And I like that the final boss was running away. I really like what that meant thematically, although I don't like doing that boss now again in Mirror Dungeon, but maybe if some of this came earlier. I'm thinking, hi Cool Dog, hi Lucky Vector, welcome! But I want to see where this is leading. Your late clock. The two sinners had a head start, but it didn't take very long before we caught up to them and saw them quietly kneeling behind cover. We'll go ahead and draw their attention. We should be able to corner them in this direction. Since Ryoshi and Honglu are out there to draw the culprit here, we just have to do our part and capture them. Yeah. What's wrong, Rhodia? Just every time I think about Sonya, I remember all the things that I couldn't do. That's all. Rhodia. I mean, because ultimately, I think it's... I like it that a character doesn't necessarily reach an answer in their canto. I think... I think it's realistic that you can't always have this big revelation. It's a little moment I really liked for Ishmael where you fail the check. I actually think it's more important if you fail that final check with her, and a delayed answer is still a good one. I really like that moment. And my one sort of... No, it wasn't a concern with Ishmael, but compared to like other characters, she gets such a full character arc. Yes, Isan did it too, although he has the rest of the League of Nine to deal with. Ishmael just is Ahab. So I want to know how they're gonna continue with her. Because I think some of her more interesting aspects are kind of solved in some respects. I mean, I think the best way to handle it is show that trauma isn't something you just get over, and it can still continue to affect you. And finding your path. But we'll see. It's the same thing with like at the end with Heathcliff. He gets a new direction, although I don't think it's necessarily the right direction for him. I think I said it towards the end of the canto as well, that what he really needs is to find his own self-worth in all this. Which is partially what Ishmael had to do as well. Finding a new direction, he needs to learn not be dependent on Kathy's love for his own self-worth, and we kind of are going back to this desire for Kathy, but from a different perspective. And I want to see these other perspectives explored for it. So I still think that's a good way to approach it. And Ahab still being out there. I mean, Ahab's such a good antagonist. I think it's definitely plausible to take Ahab in a different direction that could still really get under Ishmael's skin. Okay. Just musings. Rhodia. Nope, not gonna let this drag me down. Just gotta do what I can, right? Wouldn't it be so nice if the culprit showed up right now so I can get my hands on him and get this over with? All this raiding around is getting so tedious. Hopefully I'll look really badass when I arrest him. You certainly recover quickly. Now that's a good attitude to have. Well, you know, ain't that how emotions are supposed to be? Constantly changing with time, you know? Yeah, that is her kind of character thing, volatility. Is it now? I don't quite agree. Emotions don't change with time. I'd say that the changing emotions are what drive the flow of time. That's some complicated stuff. I just can't wait to hear all the praises they'll sing of me once I snag this here Divi rascal, that's all. You know, I want to be an ace detective. Black silence. Then you shall have your chance. A chance for you to be the center of attention, subject of praise. That long coat, that hat. You're... Rhodia, Dante, the culprit run that way. You're... the Time Ripper. Oh... They look so cool. That's a great design for a distortion. Oh, and straight up distortion. Correct. What's your... Just checking the background. I wondered if it was going to be black as well, but here we can see the colors a bit better. This isn't good. It'll take a while for Honglu and Ryoshu to get here. Oh, this is one of the things, like, they could do so much interesting with their voice here. Like, sort of a ticking gear sound. Before we get down to business, allow me to make a few corrections. 1. I am no longer bound to an organization like the Y-divian. In fact, I found their hypocrisy detestable. Did you know that even the Y-divian did not use their hours equally amongst one another? That is why I've chosen action. 2. I'm not killing time. You will not compare my crusade to something so hollow. I merely reap the dying hours, share it among those who need it most. You may call me the Time Saint instead. What the heck are you talking about? Shut up and... All this is flying over your head, isn't it? You poor little thing. Starved for even a morsel of praise. This is both a correction of your ignorance and our final warning. If you wish to capture me, no, us, then you must be prepared to pay the price in time. Was that an attempt at a threat? Ha! You seriously think you can scare me like that? Sure, you're the big, scary time ripper, but I've got you all figured out. I know your patterns. There's something staying in your hand, isn't there? Whether it's your creed, some kind of design flaw in your tech, you can't touch my time. How'd you like this, Ace Detective's deductions, huh? Half right. But you have given me 2 more corrections to make. 1. I am not the one killing time. It's you, and everyone like you who's killing time. 2. Indeed, we cannot rip time away from just anyone, no, but I can take yours. Because you, at this very moment, are mired in tedium. What? Just biding the time, aren't you? Waiting for something to happen. Killing time. We are merely taking back the time that you would have killed anyway. Swing that axe and you might carve a small chunk of our flesh, but we will rip a chunk out of your existence. You will stir awake when the clock strikes 4. In 50 years' time, having done nothing, having lived through nothing, all in the blink of an eye. That's when it shall dawn on you, that despair. It'll all come rushing in like a flood. That disparity, the unfamiliarity of all that time you killed. Every pain a reminder of every single second you've killed, thinking about how tedious it all is. You look scared. We like that look in your eyes. Rhodia stood there, completely frozen. No one could stop the time ripper as he walked away from us. Not me, not Rhodia. The culprit, where are they? I thought I could take them on, but when I came face to face with the Ripper, How could you give them the slip? They threatened her, they're going to rip away her time. Oh no. And the Ripper knew. They knew how I felt, so... Never mind. It seemed to me that Rhodia decided to not say it out loud, but I knew the word she wanted to say was tedious. Pathetic. Unlike you, Ryoshu, my time is important. I'm not here just to make those silly, pointless observations about the case. I didn't volunteer out of some weird obligation either, okay? I volunteered because I genuinely wanted to solve the case. I'm not like you. Either of you. I briefly grew concerned that Ryoshu might swing her scabbard at Rhodia, but I don't think she was listening anyway. How banal. Instead, she stared up at the clock tower in silence as her cigarette slowly burned its way to her lips. I guess that's a relief. Rhodia, Sorry. I think I'm just getting tired of wearing a silly smile. I thought Timekilling was just like a silly name. I really didn't consider it actually was about the like phrase when you kill time just to like get it over with. I want to see I'm killing time. Wow. Oh, we can afford her now. Let's actually pick that up.
담배 한 갑에 굴창나서 다섯? 그딴 소리를 하는 거 보니 네 놈머리에 나사가 빠졌나 보군.
Thank you. I'll still borrow one for right now. Rhodia was always the one to lift the team's mood when it's down, but the mood among us had grown so incredibly awkward and cold that I was almost starting to feel a chill in my fingers. I guess this is what happens when Rhodia is in a depressive mood. If we were back at the bus, or if Hisang or Gregor were here, they would have at least tried to do something to break the ice. But neither Ryoshu nor Honglu were the kind of people to be heavily affected by such a frosty mood, so we just trudged on with our investigation. Huh, looks like the culprit got him in the middle of something. He knew the Ripper. How could you tell? By looking at his eyes. Isn't it obvious? That look in his eyes. It's the kind of look that people have in their eyes when getting killed by a rat they know. He's not exactly dead, you know. This dead body looks kind of different from the last one we saw, though. Not a dead body either, but what is it? Oh. Yeah, I was wondering what that shard was. Oh, it's a scarf. The culprit tore his scarf in half. Maybe they really disagreed with his fashion choice? Or just what the Y-divian stand for? The Y-divian must live like fools in the eyes of others, so that we may see a path invisible to them. It means like holy fools, right? It's been a while since I looked them up. Rhodia? It's something Sonia once said. Told me that the scarf was a yoke to hide the great ambition, that those with such dreams must remain bound. But I don't see you wearing that scarf. I just think it cramps my style. Then chopping the scarf in half would mean that the killer might be a former member of the Y-divian. They should go back to their hideout and ask around. Sometime later. I want a good cop bad cop scene. Darn it, the Ripper got her boss. Are you asking if anyone quit recently? Well, it's not like they formally quit or anything, but there were some who went completely off the grid. Someone who wanted to steal the surplus time at T Corp to share it equally among everyone? Yeah, I remember a lad who said something like that. When his younger brother died, he became a bit weird. Did anyone want to go along with that plan? I'm sure there are some, but we shouldn't. For the Y-divian, we must bide our time until the saint gives us word. That's so. Where is he? No idea. Last I heard, he said something like, "I'll always be watching you." Creepy, innit? I suppose that means he's still hanging about somewhere within T Corp borders. Our boss man's gonna be back to normal, right? He'll always be watching, huh? Fuck. I always burn a cig after a kill. But you're always smoking. Because it takes about 4 minutes for the cig to burn all the way through. I get to watch as the light of life slowly burn out their dying eyes. It really enhances the flavor. 4 minutes. I know that it takes exactly 4 minutes for this cigarette to burn away. But only 2 minutes have passed on that clock tower. Huh? That doesn't make sense. How come no one noticed that the clock tower was broken? This isn't a new development, by the way. From the moment our little game of detective started to this precise moment, the clock tower always measured only 2 minutes by the time I finished smoking. Didn't someone say that it's because people have learned to be helpless? I've been waiting for someone to get finished for a while. You know how much of a pain it is to wait for someone but also have too much time in your day? It's so tedious. Methinks it's a real bother. Standing guard here, all the stop and search. So tedious. Hey, assistant. What were the first 2 victims doing when the Ripper struck? Let's see. One of them was attacked while purchasing a 13-flavored lollipop candy, and the other was reading a comic book starring a T Corp inventor as its protagonist. I want Inspector Gadget. I'd say it's a pretty fun read. Are there a lot of clock towers in T Corp? A total of 12 in the entirety of T Corp, but just 1 in this general area. I guess Willy Wonka could also fit in. I mean, you barely have to change anything for the book and it would fit in as a psychological horror in the city. The Time Rippers struck only near this clock tower, didn't they? Right on, detective. What if they slowed down the clock tower and made everyone in the area feel that sense of extreme tedium? Tedium, I see. That's what it was. You can rip time from only people who are bored. The clock tower. It should give me a nice view to blow smoke at. Oh, here's something I forgot to mention. You know that you need actual evidence to make an arrest, right, detectives? Huh? You have to catch them in the act. Can't go around arresting people just because you feel like it. What, do we have to let them attack us or something? Just so we can catch them in the act? Don't you know? It can literally rip the time out of you. One small mistake and you might wake up weeks, months, or even years later. We don't even know if it's the kind of thing that Dante can rewind. Yes, it's all very tragic, but it's still part of your responsibilities. Do you even care about catching the culprit? Or is learning how he rips time all you care about? Right on again, ace detective. I once thought there were no inventions in T Corp that I didn't know their ins and outs about. You see, I I have the intricate knowledge of the mechanisms of every single machinery in existence within T-Corp. I even know about the bizarre contraption your friend back at the jail cell invented while he was here. I didn't want that invention to be beholden to the T-Corp patents agency, no. I wanted to watch as it spread throughout the city. That's why I didn't try very hard to stop him as he escaped through the back streets. It wasn't because I was lazy, mind. So to answer your question, no. Like in the case of the League of Nine Literatus, I don't care whether we catch the culprit or not. I'm just curious about the exact mechanism behind how he rips time. It's the nature of being an inventor. Agreed. How am I supposed to get anything done with people like... Excuse me, Mr. Assistant? I have something I'd like to ask you. Back when Marceau stood on the temporal scale gallows, didn't the machine beep very loudly? Oh, that reticent friend? Yes, it did. If you have the intricate knowledge of the mechanisms of every single machinery in existence within T-Corp, then do you also know why it malfunctioned? Of course. Why wasn't the gallows able to take 10 billion ons worth of time from Marceau? Is it really because it was broken? What are you talking about? It is statistically impossible for the machines of my design to have any faults. Usually. Then, the source of that error must be Marceau. We're all of us, right? Not the machine? Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You're not only looking the part, but also acting the part of an ace detective. Could have fooled me. All credits go to Lady Agatha. She did say that one of the qualities of an ace detective is a mind of bottomless inquisitive, after all. I thought the condition of getting exempt from our time tax was that we had to catch the culprit? That was what I was talking about when the Class 5 auditor began speaking again as if to address my concerns. I'm not saying that I won't cooperate, of course. I may have even devised a plan for you that may be somewhat simple. Now, listen close. Okay. Are we... They're within 10 turns. The clock tower of fear. I've been wondering if the whole thing was... if we're sort of referencing the game Clock Tower here. Are we... Clear within 10 turns. Body... Do we get our whole team then? Yep, okay. 1 second. I think it will be
잠시
appropriate.
머리를 식히기 위한 티타임.
Thank you.
슬픔에 흔들린 마음은 이렇게 터져버리죠.
I don't imagine I'm gonna randomly pick him up, so if anyone wants to know what I'm missing, it's these guys. Naragon Kurokumo Ryoshu. I mean Rhodia, sorry. But none of them I'm super jumping at getting. I would quite like Rodion's Pursuance. And then I'll definitely need these two. Probably have to get them for Refaction Railway. Because sinking is in such a good spot right now. Stick you on. Oh, my thread. Do you get... Okay, oh. I don't know if the amplitude conversion was... And thread spin 2. Oh boy. And then what's all this? This more... the resonance stuff. Yeah. Okay. Let me in. Where's my support buddy? I want the level 45 one. Here we go. I think we actually want Faust first.
가볼까요? 출발인가?
I'm just gonna assume... accidentally brought 3 sinners to this fight. I would have not necessarily noticed. Ishmael was working pretty well. I might...
좋아.
계약이-
다들 연장 챙기죠.
I wasn't super impressed with Ryoshu's clashing. I might bring Ishmael.
입회한다.
It's just thinking she does have some tremor. So... will this really work? I guess it's barely a plan and more like something we came up with in the last 10 minutes, but still... annoying. Shh, let's hide. They look so cool. Hiya! I've been waiting for you. Look at this background. Did he just say hiya to the Ripper? How interesting. Not only did you know that I'd be coming here, you also had the manners to extend your greetings. I see. You've been tailing us this whole time. Of course! You were right under our noses all this time, weren't you? Well, if you're in the clock tower, that's not really under. Kind of above. You're one of those fools playing pretend as a detective, aren't you? Killing time. You're right. Say, can you teach me how to make the most of my time? Give us your time, and we might tell you. What? 30 hours? What is this, a bloody joke? This ain't enough. Just think about all those hours we've lost fleeing from these sods. We could have spent that time ripping more hours from others. I say that it's only fair that we take 300 hours from him. Agreed. He's one of the Nest's lackeys. There's multiple people that formed one distortion, I guess. Working with those filthy watch chains of T-Corp. He deserves it. If we let him go, he'll only bring further trouble. Let's show them what happens to those that oppose us. Seconded. Let's try to extract the exact amount of hours that evenly splits into 12 pieces. 12 people. Sod it, let's stab as deep as we can go. We don't want to repeat of the fat cat at the factory, do we? We're aiming straight for the center. We're not letting this guy slip away with just a gash of 100 hours. Silence. I will decide the time. We will stab as deep as we can and rip 1,000 hours from him. That should be more than enough for us to happily share. Well, I suppose we'll be losing our sense of taste for the next 1,000 hours. We divide the burden of 1,000 hours equally amongst another. Yeah, I can roll with that. Huh. It's almost like there are multiple personalities in there, all taking turns to speak. The culprit wasn't the only one who suddenly began to behave strangely. Honglu did too. His face relaxed into a tranquil look, as though he was ready to let something go. Or perhaps that was an expression of liberation. 1,000 hours. Will 1,000 hours have passed in the blink of an eye? Yes, and there will be no pain. Only the despair that awaits you upon your awakening. Then, I like that. Rip my time away. He didn't mean that, did he? A time-tearing razor, is it? So that is the core of the power that extracts time. There was no invention at all, but a distortion. My, this is still highly fascinating. So this is the kind of power that a distortion can grant? Powers that one could only have dreamt of. Don't listen. Don't start listening. After a lengthy silence, as though the world itself had come to a grinding halt. Why can't we rip away your time? I see. Everything went according to plan. It's all so same. I blinked, but the world is just as familiar and changeless as ever. What? He's got handlebars on his back. We've walked right into a trap. Walked right into a trap! Don't you understand? Detectives. Attack AOTS. Attack. Maybe. Phew, that's a relief. Had me worried for a moment there. I took on the side. I like that. Like I said earlier, the temporal slice gallows isn't broken. This error was caused by you. Your time, and this applies to all 12 of you, was already bound to someone else's time. Someone else's time? Me? This caused a multi-reference error in the temporal scale gallows, which was supposed to hang your time. So what you're saying is, because we are living within Dante's time, the gallows couldn't hang our time? I had no idea. Well, if all that is news to us, then there's really no way for the Time Ripper to know that either. So, once the Time Ripper arrives and tries to rip my time away from me, that's when Rhodia and Ryoshu can swoop in like the awesome people you are and arrest the culprit. And that's how this trap came to be. Oh, AOTS anime of the season. Dungeon meshy, but I also really like Girls Band Cry. But what if, and really what if the Time Ripper manages to rip Honglu's time away? Don't worry, Dante. It's all going to be okay. I wonder how long the racket would last once the news of a malfunctioning clock tower breaks. Wouldn't it be so entertaining to watch as people's trust in the institution of the supposedly unerring clock tower tumble? It's going to be such a fun show. I'll try my best not to malfunction. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Hey, participation trophy. I used to really hate the sound of clocks. I don't know when it started, but I started associating its noise with the perpetual cycle of pain, like it's some premonition that a clock hand-shaped blade will one day cleave through me. A blade of time, if you will. But your noise, it's a bit different. It's the kind of noise that makes me dream up something new, something different. And it's not pain. Well, that's why I wanted to extend my gratitude. Not sure what he's extending his gratitude for, but can someone ask him to do something for me? Dante has a request. Right, request away. I think I've had enough experience to intuit when a big fight's about to break out. And I'm getting that exact feeling that something's about to happen. So it's time for you to return the other cinder. I was wondering about that. I was like, I can't. I have suspension of disbelief. I can't just pretend we have everyone. I can't believe they actually kept us in prison the whole time, only to let us out right before they caught the culprit. So how was it, manager? Adventuring with just 3 sinners. Was it nice? I trust that you have learned your lesson, and that my absence was deeply felt. I'm making all over just from sitting inside that jail cell. I don't ever want to go back to a place like that. Right, so is that Saw the Time Ripper or something? A distortion we must defeat. Here we go. I want to see this background. Ooh. This is great! Why do you have 1,000... Whoa, stolen time. Oh boy. Hello, Phoenix Wright! Offense level is plus 16, you're level 45. What you got? Undefined. Okay, observation logs for later. Are you afraid? When in time's acceleration state, Clash power plus 1. Clash lose at under 75% HP, consume 50 soul and time, and gain 1 protection. You have bleed. Punishment for time killers. When in time acceleration, Clash power plus 2 at 500, bleed at 300 plus, consume 25 and inflict more bleed. At least dubset fits here like Fire Emblem. The time it showed up in Fire Emblem, it like left my mouth hanging open. I wouldn't trade that moment for the world. It came out of nowhere. Lots of bleed. Turn in, Joe special, resentment panic, damage up and defense level down. Attack power up, defense level down. Fix panic. Have 1,000 stolen time. Turn end. If a part is broken, spend 100 time from that part to recover from part broken. Okay. Let me just have a body. So far, we're just working on winning clashes. But can anybody go up against 16 offense level up? See you later, hello. Well, sinking will help a little bit, actually. Okay, who's gonna be our best bet? This is Pierce. Who resists Pierce,
이
actually?
사건에 궁금한 점이 생기셨나요?
You are...
문제라도 있나?
다른 작업이
Double
필요한가요?
checking, a lot of
지금
Pierce Fatal.
제3자
뭐죠?
Okay. How are we for 3? Maybe Ishmael was the right answer. Let's just do some 4 to 16, 3 to 18. Let's just build up a little bit. Find out what you're weak to.
조심하랬지?
Also, any luck with pulls? I sparked everything. Okay, blunt is normal. Is that weak to pierce? Looks like. Ineffective to slash. Oh, Ishmael. You're not clashing this turn. Neutral, struggling. Ishmael, you might just be on this duty for a little bit. While we... Who else is... I don't think... Yeah, nobody else is evade. Nice to get that plus coin drop, but... Is anyone gonna be neutral even? Hopeless. Okay, Honglu, you're mostly gonna have to kind of tank this. Let's get the plus coin drop. Oh boy.
한바탕 해볼까?
Oh, nice. Okay, there's the plus coin drop. Looks so cool. Okay, now what are you doing? Unclashable. Inflict time relief entitlement against the target that used an attack skill against this unit. Let me actually see this. And the space power +1 for every... Wow. 1 for every 100 stolen time, so you still have 950. What are you starting at? 2 + 6. So definitely want to offset those. Unclashable. Targeted by the Time Ripper while time acceleration is active. Inflict. Consume 200 stolen time to gain time acceleration. Okay, so this is when we want to burst stuff. We do have the plus coin drop. Unclashable. Might as well. Now let's save that for next turn. Who wants to do the offsetting? We have the skill 3 coming up. We'll do some bursting next turn. Say that for next turn as well. Love this if we need it. Honglu we're gonna have to be careful with. Okay, mutilate. Oh, mutilate. Extraction. Are you afraid? Look at these skill names. Look at these effects. We're only offense level 1 this time. Clash lose. At under 75% HP, consume 75 stolen time and gain clash power +2. Before attack, went in, gain 1 attack weight. Like 8 bleed. And you have this target. Can you... struggling. Is this redirectable? Right. We can get Cavernous Wailing off. Although you're gonna be hit by that. I think we'll just take the stagger from Honglu. Just because it's gonna be nice to get that off anyway. Can you actually go against this, Rhodia? No, you can't. I blew Dante's speed here and it wasn't where I keep forgetting this because I don't think I've used this once. You have no sanity. Actually, you still have the... I forgot, we still have the investigator badges. That will help. Hi, Google Ball, welcome! Let's jam. Yeah, we'll get the bursts here. I don't want to convert. I guess I do want... Okay. Oh, happy birthday! Okay. Oh, nice heads, thank you. I feel like this is the only eagle I can remember that has Honglu not even having a sort of happy emotion. Oh. Hey, Otis, do your thing. Thank you. Good work, team. Need more of everything for this. Let's just go in. Again, we can't really use that.
탈출 개체 확인.
Nice damage, and we're almost at the stagger threshold. I think we just passed it actually. Negative 45. Okay, are you afraid? I really would like to get fluid sac up, but I don't... Okay, we are clashing, okay. Don't want to do the conversion. We are favored for these. He is at negative 45. Oh no, Heathcliff. We'll have you offset. That's not... Hi Nexi, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you enjoy this music track because I'm loving it. Let's see. Go for it, Ishmael. Okay, no heads. Oh. almost. That's okay. Okay, now we're all doing this. And we can fluid sac. Although we also have the... I really would like the SP though. Although if we can just nuke. The shiny new thing. The problem is she's kind of... I'd rather save it for another turn as well, because she's using it right at the end. What do you eat? If we wanted to do the healing SP. Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can go without it for a turn. Want to save that. How are we doing? Still favored for these. Okay, I want to save that for a turn. Can you say ah? Ah. Mutilate. Hopeless. Struggling. Wants to take this one out over. I want to save these, but... The way Tremor works now is you have to choose an aptitude conversion to focus on, so I really hope Tremor decay. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting that like Ophi Heath was sort of the savior for a moment, and then now he's become a little harder to use within the team. Trying to dodge the skills 3s is a pain. I mean, maybe we can just use this and we'll get some burst this turn. Get rid of that. We can get it back.
한바탕 해볼까?
Come on. There we go.
그런 것도 되죠.
Oh, Moe-san. Oh, there he goes. Well, he ran away. Maybe there's a second phase. I guess it's sort of, there's like, this is, well, I am glad because it makes team building more interesting, because there's sort of, do you want the versatility? Are you really focusing on doing the one-turn burst with entanglement? Okay. But let's see. Have you ever wept in such deep longing for that extra minute? That extra second you let slip through your fingers? Where you wished that your heart would forever sleep, for its every beat was but a painful reminder of that merciless march of time. I don't suppose you have, because you all have plenty of time to spare. With that, the Time Ripper sleeps into a shimmering portal. Okay, yep, dungeon. A mere dungeon of the Fathoms. It appears to be the same kind as the one we had seen before. Hey, Dante. Got a question. Just occurred to me for the first time. Why do all the time that we use, that you use, where do they come from? Well, that's... I never gave thought to where the time I rewind comes from. All I knew that when I turned the clock, I rewound the time. Water closet. Oh, who cares? W.C. Yeah, who cares, I guess. I wish I could answer her, but it's not like we know how any of this works. Ryoshu quickly shut us down with her brief summary of the circumstances. We did not question it further. A mere dungeon of the fathoms. Let's go. Oh, letterboxing. Cinematic.
대의에 맞서는 자들을 확실하게 굴복시켰죠.
Nice job, Honglu.
그럼 다음 타겟을 설정해 볼까요?
The final problem. Suppress the dungeon boss here. Oh, look at that. I don't think I made a module today. Oh. There's a car. It's a pretty regular looking car, actually. So this is the culprit's fathoms. Whoa. 21 minutes. The time it took from the impact for you to hit the cobblestones. Isn't it about time you quit that Y-divian thing, brother? We barely have enough time to scrape by. Wasting our time building unregistered inventions just to annoy some time collectors doesn't do anything. Come on, brother. Dream like you used to, please. You always wanted to work for the T-Corp Patents Agency, didn't you? We're just biding our time, waiting for the right moment, okay? And when that time comes... You don't even know when that moment is. What if that moment comes after we're dead? Why would any of that matter if we're not here to see it? Take the grade 1 inventor certificate exam or something. Make a submission to the Inventions Expo. There's a pretty hefty prize money for receiving the Inventor of the Year award, you know. Did you know that in other nests, everyone enjoys equal 24 hours? Just imagine for a second, what if we saved up a ton of money and moved to a different nest? And maybe we'll get to live 24 hours a day too. I could get a full night's rest and I'd still have half the day to spend. Wouldn't that be so wonderful? I was always full of excuses. For all my hatred of the system, I remained inert with my ignorance as a convenient shield, an excuse for inaction. I knew that our lives would get better if I did get certified, but I always gave the same excuse. I don't have the time to take a test. One early morning, my brother came to speak to me. I'll lend you all but 2 hours of my time. That'll give you more than enough time to complete the exam. It ends around 2 p.m., right? I'll meet you in front of the clock tower then. You can give me back the time you borrowed there. Thus, I was given a single day of abundance. The sun still hadn't set when I finished the exam. I had a good feeling about all this, too. Maybe I could start dreaming again, just like in that old comic book I used to read, to dream of becoming a professional inventor of all kinds of things. The car rolls in slowly, so slow that anyone could simply step out of its way. The driver's like us, someone who lives 10-hour days. But my brother can't get out of its way, because he doesn't have enough time. Hours already precariously stretched over a day, stretched even further. So you are... Slowly, so slowly, thrown into the air. I run as fast as I can within the time that is given to me, but I fail to reach him. I never could. Nothing changed, no matter how much time I was shared. Because my life was spent in a rush, because its entirety slipped through my fingers in the blink of an eye. I wandered aimlessly near the street my brother drew his last breath. If I could only taste every flavor of this lollipop sooner. Man, just can't wait to read what happens next. Won't somebody knock me out and wake me up when the next volume's out? The city. Can't wait for them to finally complete my portrait. I hope they captured the little upward flick at the tip of my mustache. It's supposed to look like a little bird's wings. Yes, it's so tedious waiting for it to be finished. Still 3 in the afternoon. This is one long shift. When will this tedious busy work end? As too many people who so indifferently kill time. Our time will come, just like the saints said. I know it's tedious, but everyone feels the same way. Stop pestering me about it, yeah? You think I'm happy with this small-time stuff? I'm just as tired as you are of punching those bloody collectors and running away. I was ignorant. I lacked the time. If only I had the time they killed. If only my brother had the time they killed. Would still be alive. Yes, my brother was right. Can't wait for the moment that won't come. Now is the time for action. I'll find everyone so content with killing their time. And I'll... Though a clock may look as though it turns evenly on the outside, the cogs that make up the clockwork within each turn at disparate rates. Some living 44-hour days, some living 4-hour days. We are not like the Y-divian. We know that we must take action. So that's what you've turned yourself into? Within me is a place where all may live in equal hours. Our nest. A place for all those who felt the very same pain. Your explanations fail to justify your time killing. Yet I am not the time killer. It is the people of the city who have been slaughtering time. No one even took a moment to doubt that the clock tower may have been broken. Instead, they stopped at merely complaining that it was a slow day. They should just pass the time. Killing. Time. I saved the dying times from their wasteful clutches. Will you still claim that I am in the wrong? Oh boy. Alright, we can't. That's okay. Man! I mean, that really is what's so cool about this game. I mean, so cool about the world. Like, there is a much simpler version of this story, but to really, I mean, it's a fun dystopian concept that everyone lives on. Takes different amounts of time for everyone. Everyone lives on different hour days. Time can be taken and transferred and stolen. But to really work within it and to really use it to explore the themes. It's like I'm still really taken back in Canto 4 when, I mean, everyone was wondering how the ampules worked. And like, obviously there's some dark twist and there's something to do with human suffering, but the whole concept of bringing it back to like humanity's original form and using that to apply healing is like such an interesting way to take it. Do I want someone else's passive here? Yes, for SP. Yeah, you're all doing your thing here. Yeah. I think I'll stick with what I've been using. And if it's a dungeon, we'll have a lot more ego, so that'll make things a bit easier. Oh, cute! Okay. I want to hit as many of the question marks as possible. Oh, it's long. Is it? Well, let's see. You enter the dungeon of the Fathoms. It resembles a T-Corp street. Past the crowds of busy passers-by, you notice the glowing vending machine nearby. With the street completely devoid of color, the vending machine's light seems to resonate much more brightly with your heart. Follow the light. We're this close to unveiling the truth of the time-killing time. We don't exactly know how this case will end, but we decided to forge on the brilliance of our guiding light. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. What do we want here? What does this one do? We could stick, but this is 3 and 4. I mean, cigarette holder is nice, but we're not really using poise. We're just gonna refresh a bit. Oh, nebulizer! Rusty commemorative coin. Oh, artistic sense. We'll save it for now, because I don't really know what we're gonna end up with. Punish for not buying the pipe. It was quite timing. Let's see. So unit abnormalities there. We get 2 down here. 1, 2. But then we're sort of locked into this path. I guess we'll go up because I want to hit the question marks. Let's see what's going on in here.
사건 속으로.
Hopefully it's not Jun. Sure, okay, that's fine. Don't really want to clash with... I guess I'll have to risk it. What levels? 45, okay, it really jumps.
가자.
이런 것도 되죠.
All tails? Okay. Nice, Faust. Oh. Thank you. Did not want that SB penalty right at the beginning.
걸려라.
Struggling. Neutral, it's a neutral, so it's okay. Seem to be doing okay despite that. Yeah, and do just want to build up a variety. Resources.
탈출 개체 확인.
외우 피해 적법 항물의 풍사다.
편하게 하자고요. A에 거스르지 말고.
Oh, maybe there's a fusion gift.
힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지.
And win rate.
탈출개체 확인.
힘들군.
Phase
그러니 알아서 잘
2.
피해야지.
Yep, there's the boss guy.
조심하랬지.
Yeah, I'm assuming the final boss will be similar in the way that both Kims are a little bit similar, so it would be nice to get some sort of gift that will help with clashing.
그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지.
Is it spoilers for me to say whether there's a fusion gift? No, go ahead. I don't mind. I kind of want to know.
A에 거스르지 말고.
제대로 찝었군.
I was gonna, at the end of the dungeon, I was gonna try. Anyway. With whatever we get.
써주마.
We're fine.
직접 타도하죠. 편하게 가자고요.
Well, there's 4 fusion gifts. They're mechanically identical but look different. Oh, interesting. I thought it was I really liked what they did for the last event. Where you could choose if you wanted the Kurokuma or the Blade Lineage one. Almost there. You had a lot of HP.
자, 한 건 했고.
Venomous Skin. Winning Clash, blah blah blah, Tremor. I don't really know the Tremor gifts because I don't use it very much. Okay, we're gonna go the middle for now. Just another busy watch factory. A man in shiny dress shoes and a clean set of suit. Clearly the factory's owner is shouting at his employees in dirty, oil-gunked work clothes. Something seems to catch his eye, causing him to glare at one of the employees and scream with anger. The employee, who was already occupied with his work, gets flustered and tries to say something, but it takes him ages to even open his mouth. The owner pulls out a recorder in a frustrated attempt to communicate, but it doesn't help. I just checked the security camera. You've been napping for 2 whole hours. Explain yourself. Can you speak any faster, man? Maybe there's something around here to resolve the situation. Gluttony and pride. They're both Tremor Ego gifts. Bloom and Sloth, Gluttony and Pride. I think both of these will work. I like Gloom. 4 to 16. 4 to 16. 3 to 18. To 12. Go Heath. Heathcliff paced between the two of them for a while before coming to a realization that the lengths of their days were completely different. In the eyes of the factory owner, who lives 80-hour days, may have looked as though the employees slept for 2 straight hours. But for the employee who only lives 6-hour days, it must have been a mere 9-minute nap. Heathcliff relays this information. How many hours do you work in a day? 5 hours. Yes, that sounds about right. I'll let this one slide, but be careful not to make the same mistake twice. With that, the owner walked past the employee. The employee very slowly bowed at us in gratitude before leaving something in her hands. Faded watch case.
계약대로지.
When clashing with a faster enemy, clash power +1. Nice. When dealing damage to a faster enemy, inflict 3 tremor potency and 2 tremor count next turn, once per turn.
천천히.
Ah, these guys. I didn't notice that this one had like a chainsaw arm. Hey, who has a good skill to... You do that one. Let's just... build stuff up.
직접 타도하죠.
Scientific rigor, oh yeah. There's a weird arm. I think Dawn is probably who's most in need for ID at this point, and Rhodia for 2-star. I'm assuming that'll be the next banner. And then Heath, and possibly if we get a 2-star Sinclair with him. Okay, you don't want to clash with that. Rhodia, can you manage? Yeah. 28. And then you two do this one.
한바탕 해볼까?
Warp Corp Rhodia, that's the one.
제이에 거스르지 말고.
If it is like Warp Corp themed, I hope it's just not like regular Warp Corp employees. I don't want those to be a bit limited. Like not cleanup agents necessarily, something else.
자, 한 건 했고.
힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지.
Bye bye. Ishmael also doesn't have, let's see, Heath, Ishmael, they also don't have Warp Corp stuff. A secret hideout of the Y-divian. A Y-divian is fervently reciting the text given to them by the saint. We have become nothing but cogs in a machine that exists solely for the industrialists, the bourgeoisie, and the wings. What else? What other human relation remains among the citizens but the narrow self-interest and heartless bonds created by capital? Thus, we shall cast aside the cold, unfeeling metal we call coin. Instead, we shall trade our warmth with one another based on our needs. To the haves, the laws of the nest are shields that protect their privileges. Yet, to the have-nots, they are chains that shackle us. Then we shall defy the laws of the nest. We shall show them the wrath of the have-nots. All that the Y-divian have to lose is our chains. All that we have to gain is a world without hunger. The Y-divian suddenly points in our direction. Looks like we're gonna have to say something. The Y-divian of the city, unite! Oh, nice. Rhodia can... Oh, look at her! Yells are very nice, that's fun. Unite! The Y-divian produces a few bottles of liquor stolen from the rich and pours it over the pile of chalices, all while shouting the chant. Alcohol overflows the uppermost chalice and spills, filling the other chalices below. Chalice are trickle down.
이런 건 누워서 떡 먹기지.
When an ally with attack skills, not eagle skills, inflict tremor potency counter unique tremor wins a clash, inflict 2 tremor potency and plus 2 tremor count 2 times per turn. Y-divian identities inflict 3 tremor potency and 3 plus tremor count. If the effective identity clashes against targets with higher offense levels, clash power plus 2, deal 10% more damage when attacking after winning the clash. Thank you. You find yourself at a random T-Corp street. A collection staff is collecting taxes from a citizen. Will you be making your payments in time or in cash? But like I said, we already paid our time taxes in full. Besides, 3,100,000 on? That's absurd. The records state that you have accrued additional time tax responsibilities due to the donation gift tax. No way, is this because I gave away my time to those kids in the back streets? I only gave them 300 hours. So how the heck does that suddenly snowball into 300 million on in taxes? That doesn't make any sense. Tax calculations in T-Corp are always exceptionally accurate. The time collector strides towards the citizen to neutralize them. Talk to them. Quarter 16. Ishmael, you do this one. Ishmael claims that there's something wrong with their calculation. Ishmael would do that. The other sinners chime in to say that they should probably get that amount verified. One of them notes that, conveniently, there's a collection office nearby. The whispering crowd begins to grow around the commotion, and the time collector eventually gives in. Looks like you're not carrying a timepiece. I would stay out of trouble if I were you. Really annoyed by the obstruction, the time collector grumbled about something and left, but not before taping something to the sinner's clothes. You'll give warning notice.
좋아, 잘 됐네.
Inflict bind on the fastest enemy for next turn. Abnormalities. Tremor, unique tremor. 2 bind. When an ally attacks targets with bind, deal 5 plus 2.5 times bind value. More damage. Max 15. Yeah, let's try these.
잠수 준비
The
끝.
battle! Actually, I haven't super gathered ego resources. Yeah, let's...
탈출 개체 확인.
I guess I have been going more for the question marks, but I want to see the new gifts.
조심하랬지?
A의 거를 대고
제대로 찝었군. 가자.
There you go. Now we'll do the Pierce one for fun.
제압을 준비합니다.
Okay, these guys. Clean up the mess. We got these. Okay.
탈출 개체.
Yeah, never commit to that fast. It's so, she is really... I mean, she's worth it just for speeding up our new experience excavation, I would say.
오자 터뜨려주지.
Here we go.
걸려라.
I mean, and you don't need a tremor team to use her. She just works perfectly fine on her own. I don't ever want to like super try and sell a Walpurgis unit because they should never be.
탈출 개체
You're fine without any of them, but it's a nice little quality of life. Although at this point, I think her ego is enough, even if you don't have a Tremor ID, to justify bringing her in a Tremor team.
그런 것도 되죠. 편하게 가자고요. 레이에 거스르지 말고.
There's some bursts. Check the last one. Anything else to feel her egos as you sleep fast is nice. Yeah, and Faust has a fluid sac.
힘들군. 그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지.
Because fluid sac is just so useful.
지금이라도 말 들어.
I feel like she's even worth, if you don't have something that fulfills the whole team, she's worth bringing along anyway. Like, and Faust isn't a burn unit, but what have we got? I don't need these now. I wonder if they regret making fluid sac. I would not be. I mean, I understand why they didn't nerf it. They had to nerf representation emitter. There's a lot more options now, but there's no other ego that in one go heals that much HP and sanity at the same time. Lithograph. What's this one? Let's save. So what do any of these do? Did not have the ingredients. And it's so resource light. It could be a Bob. What do these do? I wanted to upgrade them. Sure. Okay, so again, Pierce. So I think I'll stick with what I've been doing.
사건 속으로.
It's working out. Oh, right into it. Oh, what are these? Unfolded time rippers. Look at these little guys. And again, the 16. I love it. Okay, what do you do? Just tick and tick-tock and a lot of bleed and a bit of burn. No passives. And doing an unclashable. But that is fine by me. Base power. Let's focus on these guys while... We're back to vibrating. I don't think think I can do the little vibrate animation I can do for the PNG. And do you have anything you're really doing that's new yet? These all look the same, but there's still these ones. Okay. I would like to... Okay, well, we don't know what these are weak to, so let's just... work on them. Unopposed. Feel you might get past these, but dominating. Let's go for it.
한바탕 해볼까?
Oh, nice, Otis. Okay, endure slash.
A에 거스르지 말고
Thanks, Honglu.
편하게 가자고요.
I love that effect. They look like a glitch Pokemon. How I throw this on? Oh, right, unopposed. Very fast. 7s. Ooh. Well, you might be... Are you in any better position? Okay. You build up some charge. Save that for now. I guess we could try and hit you with it anyway. I would rather save it for clashing, though. Is missing no distortion? It would be, wouldn't it? That's exactly, I was thinking of one of the missing no animations. We don't have the time badge anymore. I think you better take this one and just take that. Any resist slash, that's okay. Let's just try and get rid of these. Before we start working on you. Oh god, did it get Ishmael there? Was it? Oh, I didn't notice it was an AoE actually. You're staggered. Okay, now building stuff up. Okay, 29, you should be able to do that. Yeah. You take out that one. Now everybody else. Yeah. Start going in here. And do you have charge yet, Rhoda? You have a bit. Okay. Faust doesn't have great skills coming up, but we'll work with it.
가자.
슬픔의 흔들림 맛 이렇게 터져버리죠.
Let's start building it up.
방해꾼 하나가 사라졌군.
Another burst. No! We can use it to sort of get rid of a hate skill 3 if it's dangerous, but we'll have him... I might want to do this. Ishmael's probably a bit safer. At least we can build up some more Faust charge. We'll get a good burst here, so we should get a stagger with this. And just build up a bit more. Let's go.
직접 타도하죠.
Oh. Okay, never mind. Bloody hell, this is really getting on my nerves. Oi! Quit hiding us, yeah? Give us a proper view. Darn it. I hoped I wouldn't have to show them my true form. No, please! Please! If someone says true form, I want to see it. Though we couldn't be sure if there are multiple personalities in the Ripper's head, or if it was truly the voice of the many. We did hear several voices of varying pitches echoing from all corners of the room. The Time Ripper cornered, grabs the lapels of his long coat and... Oh. Oh. It's over. 155. Pip-Boy Pips. Well, that did kind of waste some skills. We could approach a... Could save these and some of these and try and get like a resonance. If Faust is in a better spot. But let's see what's going on now. Okay, share time. It does totally look like bats. Oh, a whole bunch of... They're all different destructibles. Gain... Value minus 40, 10, offense level up. More offense level up and down. Whoa, wait a moment. 60. Okay. So 25 share time. Time to be saved, evade, condition still unmet. At 75 HP, enter second phase. Upon phase change, recover SP up to 30. Divide the stolen time between all parts as share time. Turn end, gain joint time expenditure for the time community. When spending share time, the brain spends an equal amount of time across the board. Unclashable. Inflict time relief entitlement. Hold on. Right, it's just the targeting one? Okay. So how bad is this? Oh, not terrible for 60. Okay. Unclashable. Let's actually, you take out that. Let's get some offsets, because you're not... Is that slash? Oh, we lost the tremor. How am I doing? 3, 3, 2. Each brain has its own part, not just one part. Right, okay, so maybe not the best. Struggling. You do that one. Neutral. Neutral. We could do... How does Snag Harpoon go against... It wouldn't be bad to get that online. Just because it does help her for the rest of the fight. Let's save that in case we bring it out later. Okay.
가자.
I wonder if we're getting to the point where I am gonna want to uptie for Snag
나만의
Harpoon.
항해 방식.
Because it is a nice little tremor, cheap tremor burst on demand.
탈출 개체가 점유되었습니다.
So now you're bound. Are these anything different? Mutilate. Are you afraid? With the threads? This economy, indeed. Yeah, look at all that tremor spent in between everything. Hi there, Rogue Ruby, welcome! Well, it's not gonna help with everything. Well, there's a dominated. Let's have you take a favored. Or tremor on self. Struggling unopposed. Neutral. I hate wasting things on Thing of News, but Ishmael's! Ishmael is the one who I would. Fluid Sac overclocked his AoE. I can't think of a time I've used overclocked Fluid Sac. Or at least Faust's. I've used Dawn's. Unopposed. Well, this is AoE as well. Oh, the sanity damage, that's a good point. Wanted to save this. Struggling. Okay, you do that one dominating. And then this is also a 6. That nobody else can really... And then that one's also going to Faust. I think, even though Ishmael's weak, she might just have to take that one. Does resist Gloom. And Heath. I mean, yeah, you can whack it. You get some charge back as well.
가자.
Oh, even with risky judgment. Go-ish. Ah, there we go. Okay, still got the stagger. That's okay. You have 45.
걸려라.
This should do some work. Thank you. Luck is the unluckiest on luck is correlated with skill. Irritating little tricks. Oi, remember what you said earlier? Might be the time to put that to use. Is this not even their final form? But, I'm sorry, doesn't that use too much time? It drains too much time from all of us. Shush, my friends. Letting this drag on for any longer will cost us more in the long term. This attack will surely eliminate them. Think of how much time we will save by taking care of them here and now. We shall share this burden of time together. Oh, okay. Now what? Whoa. I'm sorry, Ishmael. Why on? I mean, it's uncrashable. Time killing time. This unit's speed is fixed as 12. Cannot be staggered this term. Consume shared time 400. Erase the target's time. Once this unit erases the target's time, all parts recover shared time up to their max value. Oh. I don't think Ishmael's surviving this. At least we can get some damage. On some others. Well, we'll get to see a cool animation, I suppose.
직접 타도하죠.
Oh? No, this doesn't make sense. That had to work. More tricks, is it? Wait up. You took 5 hours from me earlier. What's up with you taking another 3 hours from me? You only took 2 from that sod. We will settle that as soon as we deal with this present threat. Focus on the battle for now. Deal with the present threat when? In 3 hours? 4? This fight's been going on for too bloody long. I understand. That is why we must all sacrifice our collective time too. Nope, I ain't giving you more than an hour of my time. Take more from the rest. I got the short end of the stick last time when the numbers didn't evenly divide by Shut up about the last time. You're just an uneducated fool who doesn't even understand the basic additions and subtractions. Given that there's 12, I wonder if there's some metaphor for the sinners here. Oi? What the heck was that? Who said that? It's a new one, innit? They're starting to fight each other. I get it. You're saying that now is our chance, right? For an all-out attack. It is still different. I think 12 because more than 12 hours in a day, that's fair. Alright, this one's unclashable. Heath will just take it. 12 pips on the clock. Dominating. You two can just take those.
가자. 걸려라.
Well, I did get Tremor Decay. There's a stagger. More of these. 138, 48. Can someone do 48 and 1? 39. 44. Lotus should be able to. And then... Although I don't want her being hit by... Actually, just mutilate. That's kind of okay. Oh yeah, I just noticed they don't use share time evenly now. That's fun. That one's going to you. Better for you to deal with these. Favored. Take this one, Heath. And you two go for this one. See if we can get rid of it. Share time, time acceleration. Infighting. When spending shared time, the brains no longer spend an equal amount across. Hey there. Fine. Turn start, all parts lose protection equal to the number of parts of different remaining time values. That would be really fun to manipulate, but...
한바탕 해볼까?
Ooh, you got this, Honglu. Thank you. Heartbroken. Very close. Okay, what's this one? We need more time. Okay, Honglu. At least they're all getting slower now. Take that one. I would love to do bring Faust out for like a later turn when we have -9. I don't know if I'd necessarily want you to clash with these with just one coin. You do that one. Work on getting rid of these ones. There we go.
조심하랬지?
I guess we could just go in all in on a broken part. Maybe we'll just throw on a broken part. That might just do it. Offense level -19. Get some clashing. And just go in. Go Faust.
오자 터뜨려주지.
Okay, let's see this nonsense.
당신에겐 제가 어떻게 보일까요? 시간의 태엽 안에 그 답이 있을까요?
It looks so cool.
지금이라도 말 들어.
Okay, one more turn. It's It's gonna be up there with favorite ego animations. Everyone else just... I mean, we could all just pile in. Unless there might be something. Might be another phase or something. Oh, Honglu's gonna get the final hit. There we go.
편하게 가자고요.
The overclock's pretty cool too. Oh. If only I had 10 more minutes. No, a minute, a few more seconds even. I could have changed so much more if only I had the time. Or so I thought once upon a time. So, what did you do? Did you even try to change anything? Believe it or not, I'm the creator of every change you see around you. I know. I know what the burning question is. What changes, right? Because at the end of the day, this place became no different from the other horrible, horrible nests. There's so much pain here, just like any other place in the city. I have to say, agreeing with chat that this is one of the worst nests to be in. This doesn't even feel like a nest. So listen up and listen close, because there's only one way to truly be free from suffering. Stopping time. Stop time? Our assistant's expression turned bitter. He did not elaborate. Well, it's not like he could understand me, and the sinners were too busy keeping their eyes on the Time Ripper to relay my question. Like always, the LCA Special Operations Unit arrived and discussed a few things with the employee. Labeled the Time Ripper a distortion with a complicated classification code. Wanna know what it is? And that's how the case of the Timekilling Time closed. But... My, I'm so happy you finally caught the perpetrator, Oh no. Oh dear. Aha! Behold, my portrait is finally complete, Isn't it so wonderful, So slow, everyone, let's stop being lazy and get to work. Yes, Chop chop, What our assistant said much earlier was right. T-Corp did not change, even a little. Why did you volunteer to be bait for the Ripper, Honglu? I'll be honest. I was scared as hell. The moment I began thinking about how my own time could just get ripped away from me, I just wanted to understand. Because to me, the world was full of things I couldn't understand. In truth, I still understand so little of it. Why do people hang on so desperately to something like time? Something so ephemeral? Yeah? But I know one thing. You understood the culprit, Rhodia. It wasn't just fear that held you back. Well, there was fear. A different side of you felt like you could understand him. That's what stayed your hand. How do you know that? Watching you, Rhodia, reminded me why I did not resist when my siblings tried to kill me for the... Reminded me why I did not resist when my siblings tried to kill me for the first time. I wasn't just scared. I felt as though I could understand them. When fear grows so extreme that it circles back to its origin. That moment is so precious and so beautiful. Alright, lads and lasses, gather round. Oh. We'll be running a special feature on the people who played the biggest role in solving the case of Timekilling Time. And for that, we'd like to get a little group photo. Would that be alright with you, ace detectives? What an auspicious day this is! What's up with the long face, Rhodia? Everything okay? I don't know if I even deserve to be in the picture. I didn't really get anything done out there, did I? Well, Rhodia, we eventually captured the culprit, didn't we? And it was possible only because we all worked together. I'd say everyone did a great job out there. Rhodia, Honglu, Ryoshu, all three of you. Good work. Oh, you mean Honglu and Ryoshu. I just carried as soon as I came face to face with the culprit. I was ridiculous. Well, it is said that all great detectives are flanked by great assistants. That's funny. Is that what this Lady Agatha said? No, I said it. Just now. I'm the only one who is allowed to make that LF. No, I'm not sure that one. LF. Long face. Good one. Smile, detective. Right, can we huddle a little close together? What right did I have to stop those struggling to change things, no matter how small, when I haven't done anything? It seemed that I was the only one who heard her whispering. Right then, 1, 2... Hold! Oh. Actual cryptid. Executive Director, it's time. Ah, my. Thank you for letting me borrow your clothes. I made sure to not get even a speck of dust on it. So don't worry about having to run it through a washer. Executive Director. Executive Director? When did he... I want to believe you're Willy Wonka. It's been so long since I had a day this exciting. Thanks, participation trophy. I just like to experience how it's like outside the company building from time to time, you know? Shouldn't he be thanking us for solving the case, not, you know? Oh no. No more. Let's see, considering your rather competent command in the battlefield and that special ability of yours, maybe you could even snag the exceptional award. Actually no, maybe perhaps you receive the distinctive award instead, since you can't explain the mechanism of your own powers. Your clock does seem quite special, but the time that flows through you doesn't seem very different from the concept of time I'm used to. Well, I don't have any prize money to hand out, but allow me to impart a little tip instead. Remember, using the power of time comes with a cost, always. It's something that's been a thorn in my side as well. And... oh, and another thing I should thank you for. My dream began to flow once again. One day I ventured out to the edge and wished upon a star. I thought my dream to have ceased there, never to flow again. I'd have wished for something completely different had I had the chance to wish again, but I believe my only chance spent. A star. I don't understand why, but the mere mention of it suddenly brought back memories of the star I saw when I made the pact with the sinners. I used to think that the star could never be linked again, that I could turn back time. Well, men like myself know when their dreams come to an end, when there's no path left for the dream to go. But I was wrong. There it was. Something rewinding time right before my eyes in a way I could not fathom. Well, it is my current hypothesis that you're not actually rewinding time, but a potential is still a potential. And that distortion that rips time, it is another proof that I do not know all there is to know about time. Not yet. So my dream, once still as a lake, has become a wild as a rushing river once again. Your indifferent, unafraid attitude towards time, it also left an impression. I think day after day about how uncaring the nature of time is, that it'll continue to drift on and on and on even after my death. And I think about how that's so terrifying. I'm afraid of death, yes, but I'm not interested in researching immortality. The flow of time is equivalent to constant change. Those who dare tread upon the road of illusion from death and annihilation shall soon find themselves before another wall, of what they had sought to flee from the first place. I just noticed from chat. Maybe it's just me, but it's odd that his suit and hat is the same color as Damien's scarf. Oh, still the T-Corp color though. Maybe not part of Damien's group yet, but maybe one day. What must one do to stem the change when the nature of perpetual change itself is tied to an immutable thing like the flow of time? One must stop time itself, of course. Yes, indeed. Therein lies the conundrum. Until time itself ceases to move, all change eventually becomes a great flow. I'm having trouble following your train of thought. Dante says that they are having trouble following your train of thought. Oh, apologies. I must have been thinking out loud. You must understand how someone might forget who they're talking to when the listener has something to say in response, but intermittent ticks and talks. I suppose that was all probably too much for a manager of an upstart business to understand, yes? Does this include the business of the 10 billion on time tax? You're all exempt. Can you imagine what would happen if a case like this for you to solve didn't exist? Can you believe that you almost had to live the rest of your life stretching a measly 4 hours over an entire day? Unbelievable. A little map and you wake up a whole 2 days later. Well, that is if the 4-hour daily minimum policy even applies to minimum policy. Yes, that is difficult to believe, but I understand. Then. Oh, almost slipped my mind. Remember that purchase catalog Limbus company handled me? That a monolith in there? Really caught my eye. I'd like to purchase them. As many as you have in stock. Cheers that the sale made. It was really pricey too. Who knows, maybe this will get that commendation or whatever it is. Oh boy. Understood. Your intent to purchase will be relayed. The monolith, what are you planning to do with? It's a secret. Things yet to be realized must remain shrouded in hearts under this starless sky. Let's go, Mai. Yes, Director Hubert. Hubert! This company is growing increasingly bizarre, Miss Faust. Not only are we providing distortion management service, but also dipping our feet into the sales of artifacts like the monolith. I don't believe the monoliths should be so easily bought or sold. I see them as something we must retrieve, not put up for sale. You do understand the ramifications of selling artifacts that could force a distortion, I trust. The world is aplenty with technology capable of maiming or slaughtering a fellow human. Not all of those have started with intent to do harm. In fact, most of them have begun as an altruistic project for the betterment of mankind. In other words, it depends. Do you really believe this to be a matter you can just brush aside with, Vigilius? You know my place, yours as well. You're aware that we are not provided the luxury of choice. That's a genuine sigh for me. We'll both reach what each of us desire. That is a guarantee. Fine. With that peculiar exchange between Faust and Virgilius, the bus sets off on another journey. Oh, you're framing it already? Ever since we returned to the bus, Rhodia was busily moving between the sinners, excitedly talking to them about whatever subject they were interested in. Quite. Thus this achievement has been memorialized for all eternity to come. Got infected by Dawn for a second there. Do you intend to put it up for display? In her hands was the article we were featured in. Don Quixote dedicated considerable time and effort to meticulously ironing out the creases, putting it with a thin film and displaying it carefully in a frame. I bet she has 3 copies. We could barely tell it was her due to the blurring, but she appeared so happy to be part of the photograph. Much do I desire to hang it for all to see, But this doth carry great meaning indeed, as my very first accomplishment. Thus I shall place it in my chamber for safekeeping. I want to see her room so much. Boy, you're really stoked about a shaky picture of yourself, huh? Aw, don't be a buzzkill, darling. Chiquita's happy about it, and that's what matters, right? It matters not, for this is a signifier of our achievements. Yeah, our achievements. Rhodia was laughing and cheering along with her, though nothing had happened. But it's never been so clear that this cheeriness was all an act, and I think that pained my heart. Yet, I was powerless to do anything about it. The most I could do was clear the air and hopefully divert their attention to something else. Faust, can you ask Virgilius where we're headed next? Virgilius, Dante asks. At least when we're talking about our next destination, the past seems to become a blur, even for a moment. That was the intent behind my question. Yes, I've come to realize that it is about time the manager asked me for some information regarding our next destination. Lucky, I was right. The subject of our next destination was enough to divert the sinner's attention. We all fell silent in anticipation. Our next destination... Too bad I got more than I bargained for. Is to a warp train. Dante. I didn't just clear the air. That statement alone caused a whole storm among the sinners. I don't want to believe it.
제압 완료. 경보에는 익숙해지시는 게 좋을 겁니다. 아직 50일까지 많은 날이 남은 것을 파우스트는 알고 있으니까요.
Yay! Okay, hope this stays the loading screen for a while. Oh goodness. Lovetown 2.0. I don't... That's my one fear. Oh. This is cute. This is cute. Okay, quick thoughts. Let's go to window for a second.
티타임은 업무 효율을 고려했을 때
For more
가장 현명한 판단이죠.
for less bombastic music.
이쪽에서 주문을 받아드리겠습니다.
Although Faust might start talking. Maybe we'll sit on here. Thinking. Again, I don't want them to overuse. Oh yeah, I should probably change my own trimmer. Yeah. There we go. I don't want them to like... Again, even though we saw like the details of Lovetown, everything that goes on the warp trains is... Like, I think the more you take away from the mystery of it, the more you use it, the less horrifying it becomes. So I do have little iffiness about... I liked it as like a little mention during Canto 6. Bit of ironic humor there. So I have like little concerns there, but generally Project Moon has been good at not going in directions I dislike. So we'll see. But I might put that... I don't know where I'd rate that Canto. It's definitely in the upper echelon. You have to have a murder mystery on the train. I am excited for if there is a mystery aspect. Maybe the others will get some mystery solving, and I don't know how like Dante's powers will interact with. Maybe we'll get another like Seed of Light power, and that can not make it spend so much time. I don't know. But overall, for the intervalos, let's actually look. So, Timekilling time, Yield My Flesh, Miracle in District 20 is probably still the weakest. You have SCA and then Hell's Chicken. It's a little unfair. Having voice acting really boosts these two. I can't imagine Hell's Chicken being quite as fun if we didn't have Heath doing silly voices. It's hard. It's also hard for me to rate SEA or just C. I don't know how we're actually saying it. Because Ishmael being my favorite character, I do have a strong bias for it, and it gave me exactly what I wanted from like the characters. And the one thing it's done, which I think it's done the best at, although we got a bit of it here in Timekilling Time, it's basically like a prologue to Canto 5. It gives everybody a bit more time to adjust. It means we don't have to spend quite as much time on world building at the beginning of Canto 5. It just sets up Ishmael's character in such a good way. Like, it's one of my favorite scenes in all of Limbus Company is the fight between her and Heathcliff, and those two CGs are also some of my all-time favorites. I'd say Miracle in District 20, it's not bad, but is probably the weakest. And then if I had to like put between Yield My Flesh to Claim Their Bones and Timekilling Time, I might put Timekilling Time slightly higher. Just looking again. I like getting the conflict between Hirokumo. Yield My Flesh is the best for me. I kind of missed getting as much. I feel like some of the most like character writing we got was actually from Merceau's Uptie story, and that was kind of missing for me. I might as well make these. But great boss fight, great conclusion, everything that went on, and Jun was great. Jun's has lasting impact, and I like them do. But then, like, thematically, detective stuff, I mean, I said a lot, the detective stuff means a lot to me. Aesthetically, and I think thematically everything worked really well, and it's, as I keep saying, the way we did a revisit of Rhodia's character was, I'm super thankful for. Super thankful for. It's definitely something, I don't know if it's like, needed might be too strong a word, but I'm really glad they did it, because it's one thing I felt like Rhodia, not just because Rhodia and Greg had the first two cantos that didn't really get the arcs. Well, none of these three did, but they got it the worst. What I worry about characters happening to characters later, and I think Greg's got it particularly bad, is the characters, he doesn't get much time to really develop. He sort of has funny dialogue most of the time, which is just gonna happen when you have a big cast and not everyone gets a chance to like say something meaningful in each canto. And not necessarily should you try and give everyone their due time, I just mostly don't want anyone to like regress to a certain single trait, because Greg is so interesting. And he like leans a bit too much on comedy when I'd want maybe more like depression humor as opposed to straight up comedy here. But properly poking at like sort of the mask Rhodia puts on, properly addressing the fact that the end of Unloving was about running away, and seeing the growth sort of Sonia's, or the Y-divian I should say, what's going on with that whole group, because we've always sort of assumed Sonia will have his own faction because he's one of the characters who has their own specific color as a faction bubble. He has the white bubble, like speech name thing. So it's been sort of he's been sort of absent, so very interesting that he's become a saint. I haven't read Crime and Punishment, so it's hard to really comment. I have my copy of Don Quixote. It is big. Somebody else mentioned about reading Dream of the Red Chamber. I have, and I've been kind of long. I looked up what was the recommended translation. It was Penguin Books, and they actually sell it in 5 parts. So I still laughed when I received part 1. I had to order it. I couldn't find it locally. And part 1 was still 500 pages. But yeah, I want to be able to... I really like being able to talk about what I expected from... what I expect from the Kanto, because I had a lot of fun doing that with Wuthering Heights. So I'd really like to sort of... My only sort of thematic thing I'm thinking of is we'd have... that I've talked to some people about is... We've had a lot of big wins for Dante, although maybe not so much in this one. Not really knowing how to approach Rhodia. I think there is room and would be a good character moment for Dante to make the wrong decision. And there's a good opportunity to do that with Dawn. For instance, either indulging her fantasies more or like attempting to put a stop to them and it backfiring terribly. What I think, and Dawn's I think for the upcoming Cantos, Dawn's the one that I think sort of suits that kind of plot point the most. Damien's the only book you bounced off of. It's not very long. I quite enjoyed it. It's one that, like, it's a big inspiration for Revolutionary Girl Utena, so I was very curious, and I don't remember the beginning so much, but I was pretty into it right from the beginning. But I definitely want to read as much as I can of Dream of the Red Chamber, though that we have more time for. I do want to check out maybe... I guess there's some C-dramas about it, to sort of get more familiar about how it's viewed culturally, for instance. Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna read a long stream. No! I lose my voice so quickly. I'm scratchy already. It's one thing I hate it, but I'm just not very good at sight reading. I hate reading because then I know I stumble over my words a lot. I don't like putting people through that. But I have been improving, I think. So I guess it's time to grind. Oh boy. I think for the last event I just ignored these two. With the tickets, anyway. 20 pulls. Okay, just finishing if there's anything else. Oh yeah, doing it Mirror Dungeon versus there is the Event Dungeon. I think I did mostly Mirror Dungeon last time and it was pretty straightforward. And you get the boxes as well. Anyway, so just thinking, quick update for what's coming up. I'm going on a little trip over the weekend, so no stream this weekend, but I might, if I finish, I might schedule a very tiny video, more like a short, to go up over the weekend, but I won't necessarily have internet. So nothing like that. I don't know exactly when I'm getting back, but depending how soon, that will depend whether I do Fallout New Vegas during the week next time, or I might push it a day because I want to practice in it a little bit before I stream it again. And if I have to do that, I'll do the Rise of the Golden Idol demo and then back to the Thaumaturge next weekend. But those are my big plans. I definitely need to stew on when I think about things, but very happy with this. The only thing I think, I don't know how I don't know how well it suited how good of a mystery it was. Because Hubert being so mysterious just fit the and being an early mentioned character just fit the role of being a culprit. But anyway, I don't know where, in the end, I don't know where I'd put anybody on this. I feel like they would get through Death Note by virtue of they would just kill Light. I might put... Well, where's this mouse? You object to Battler not solving. Battler is... I also think Battler could be top left. I also think York should be top left. I think you could move Kim up as well. And, didn't get enough from Ryoshu. I don't know about solving the Kira case, but intuiting mechanics of the Death Note, I might give that to Honglu. Because that's sort of one big... Oh, Honglu would try to understand Kira to inadvertently be like, Kira seems a lot like you like. The thing about Honglu asking those questions is they definitely feel pointed at many times. They're definitely aimed at getting a rise or like being brought up to inform somebody else without drawing too much attention to himself. So it depends. I feel like it does sort of... It depends if he really felt like he was in danger. Like, again, Honglu is not the name of his character. And he has a different name in the books. And I don't know what that actually means for him. He's named after the book itself. Not the main character, so maybe the name thing. Oh yeah, reminder, Honglu is the first person to spec Dong, right? Yes, yes. And the cousins. I need to know about this family. If it was different, I'd have to think about that. I don't have a good grasp enough of Ryoshu to really place her on here. She could totally be somebody that solves it, but just doesn't particularly care. Or maybe she'd be the kind that can just like see Ryok from the beginning and just not really bother. Bottom left. Could solve, yeah. I'd see it could solve the Kira case. I guess it also depends on your definition of solving the Kira case, if that's actually picking Light out from the entire world of people. Hello, Math. I clicked immediately when I saw the chart back in the preview video. Yes, we're just deciding where our 3 detectives go. I'm gonna say, yeah, maybe Honglu definitely top left. Really, I need more time because she wasn't necessarily in the best mindsets. I think the Y-divian being around really threw her off. She might have actually been in a better place had that not happened. We'll have to see. But anyway, so I am going to finish up there probably. because I need to pack a little bit. But thank you all so much for joining me. Don't know I guess Refraction Railway is up next, which I never streamed before. I might not stream. Whenever the next Refraction will. It depends on the mechanics. I probably won't stream it right when it comes out, and it depends how long it is, whether I want to stream. I might lean on doing the scouting run on my own, and then when I'm actually trying to get a good score, stream that, but we'll see. I've got other stuff. But again, thank you all so much, and I hope you have a good rest of your week, and I will see you again. Bye bye.